able young man who is pushing this 8th House of Assembly representative to a very, very great and enviable height. My name is Raphael Nnanna Igbokwe. Without wasting much time, Mr. Speaker, I share with the sentiments of the mover of the motion, but I want to ask him to look inward and listen and read the lips of those who have spoken just before I'm speaking now. Well, first of all, let me also seek the indulgence of my leader, the minority leader, to let him know that respectfully, I'm going to defer with him on this issue. One is we must look at the mood of the nation. Continuing with this motion, with the prayers here, will only be dragging us against the wishes and expectations of the people. We're in a trying moment where we're faced with dwindling revenue, where we're faced with high cost of governance, and government, in its own initiative, as one of the cost-saving strategy, had issued an administrative policy for embargo on foreign training. Mr. Speaker, what is important, honorable colleagues, is to ask us what is the mischief the government was trying to cure. And it's nothing else but the issue of frivolous travels that have no bearing of any kind. And if it was the government was clear in that policy, there's a caveat, there's an exception to very important trainings, which in the view of government, it is important. For example, in the aviation, there is a specialized area. Our operators and engineers need to attend certain for us to maintain our rating within the global. Is understandable. But coming to say where every Dick and Harry will be able to go on foreign training just in the guise of getting extra code, we pay flight tickets, we pay hotels. These are funds that are important at this time to use and channeling in other areas that will better the lots of Nigerians. Without mincing words, the lifeline given by, or the life support given by the minority leader, I'm sure the oxygen in that mask will not be enough to save the life of this motion. Because the issue is, if we are charging our committees to go and investigate what was the reason, Mr. Speaker, this parliament is only indicting itself. That means we are not abreast with current happenings in the society. And no matter how we see it, we are also part of government. Now, the issue which also has ourselves, we have approved certain trainings. This was the provision from the executive. It is believed, the position is, those approval brought are those that are deemed to be necessary. Otherwise, as an arm of government, we are duty bound to abide by government policies. So if government have said ban, there's an embargo, it is not our duty to go and approve. Then we'll be speaking in discordant tones. So what I want to arrive is, I appreciate where the mover of the motion is coming, but for the purposes of the times, for the purposes of the present situation and expectations from Nigerians, going with this motion the way it is will only present us as an insensitive parliament. And my colleague did not provide for us here evidences or statistics to show that there is going to be an improved revenue from this time to this time, or the available funds for such. And I want to correct an impression. For those donor agencies who had given support for trainings, nobody is against that. The government is not against that. The government has always supported such an initiative. But on the issue of now relying on public funds to fund frivolous training exercises. This is what the government is against, and we should join the government in condemning this action, and we should join the government, which is part of our collective role, to block leakages and wastages and inefficiency in the system. It's part of our mandate. So for us to encourage this, we'll be seen not to be at home with our responsibility, and we'll be seen to have lost sight of our fundamental duty, which is in supporting good initiative of government. Government provides policies and directions. We give the legislative framework for government to achieve its purpose. And I'll be happy to see this government provide and deliver to the people. I want us to reject totally, directly or indirectly, any invitation of any kind by the content of this motion for us to place ourselves in bad light before the public. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Aminu Shehu Shagari. I represent Yabo Shagari constituency, Sokoto State, and I'm of the APC. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, when